key is, what are we measuring? What do we mean by effective? So anything that is effective when it decreases symptoms, decreases short-term swelling, increases passive range of motion, short-term passive range of motion, if anything does that, that's not what I care about. I do not give two shits about modifying symptoms for the short term. That's what physical therapy has done for decades, for eons, since the very beginning. Physical therapists make you feel better for an hour, you go home, you feel like shit, you come back and you're still in the same situation that you were before. So in my book, if you're doing that, if you're manipulating short-term symptoms with some kind of gadget, some kind of gimmick, that is complete fuckery, because there is nothing that you can show me that shows that will support dry needling is a science, that cupping is supported by science, physiology, that K-tape is supported by anything. So you can go find research studies, you can go find evidence-based practice, and I guarantee you can go find the APTA supports all the garbage. Why? Because the APTA is gonna support whatever it wants that gets people into physical therapy. That's it. Who cares? All right, so here's why, here are the effects of what happens when physical therapists, personal trainers, strength coaches use fuckery with whoever they're working with. So now we're putting false narratives and nocebos into those patients' or clients' minds. We are making them dumber because we're not teaching them what science says. So anytime you have the opportunity to educate somebody and you don't, you just sacrifice something. And if you're replacing legitimate education based on science with bullshit based on fuckery and false narratives and nocebos, then you just made that patient worse mentally, which they're going to carry on with them for a lot longer than they are the physical implications of what you're doing. So you just sacrificed your opportunity to educate your client or your patient, and instead you told them bullshit. Now they have this in their head and they're gonna go talk to other people. One of two things is going to happen. They're either gonna believe you and put their stake in the ground and say, my personal trainer said that stretching is good for you and you have to do that. And if you don't do that, then you're a moron. Or they're gonna go talk to somebody else who says, here's why stretching is bad. They do a demo with them and shows that stretching is bad, or cupping or needling or whatever it is. And now they understand that you, the person that misinformed them, is the moron, and they're not coming back. Either way, you're making your patient or your client worse. You're digging your profession into a bigger hole, because if there are enough PTs that say cupping is great and K-tape is fantastic, K-tape will stabilize your patella and it'll fix your problem. If enough people say that, then the entire profession gets labeled as people who think that fuckery works instead of using science. So you see the negative implications here. So we have negative implications on the patient, the client, the athlete. We have negative implications on the practitioner who, for one of two reasons, either they don't understand science and they've been given misinformation by their school, their mentor, the system, which every PT out there has been misinformed, all right? So did you take that misinformation and stick your stake in the ground and say, that's what I believe and I'm not gonna change my mind? And then somebody shows me that evidence-based practice, even though there's just as much evidence-based practice saying that it's bogus as says that it's real, and I'm just gonna pick the one that feeds my narrative? So did you do that? Or did you say, well, you know, I'm just kind of burnt out. I really don't feel like looking up like what's going on here. I don't wanna crack open a physiology book and review neuromuscular physio. I don't care about muscle spindles and afferent pathways and inhibitory interneurons. You know, it's just easier to throw a hot pack on somebody and stretch them out. So you're in one of those, or the third camp would be, yes, I understand what I'm doing isn't working. Yes, I understand they come back with the same problems. Yes, I understand that this is not what I signed up for and not what I want to do, but I don't know what to do instead. So you're one of those people. You're either stuck in your ways and you're going to keep on going that way no matter what, because you are a symptom modifier, not a root cause identifier and a critical thinker that actually uses science to your advantage.